Welcome back to the Inner Boots podcast. Today we have a very special episode because I'll be stepping into my own boots and sharing my own journey in football. I'm your host Garrod, usually the one asking the questions, but today I want to take you behind the mic and share my experiences and the moments that have shaped me into the person I am today. Football has been a huge part of my life. Since I was a baby, I was always kicking a ball, probably wearing a kit 2 sizes too big. Like lots of girls, I didn't see many women on the TV or in the news, but it didn't stop the love for the sport from growing. I decided to create the Inner Boots podcast because I knew there were lots of stories from the women's game that weren't being shared. Stories from the lower leagues, from the grassroots clubs to volunteers. These stories matter and deserve to be shouted about. I wanted women to be able to share their unique journeys and how they are shaping the future of women's football, even at the bottom of the pyramid. The lower leagues of football are the part that help feed the highest level, and yet they rarely get the spotlight. These leagues are full of passion, determination and resilience. They are where lifelong friendships are made, confidence is built, and where the love of the game lives the proudest. In this episode, I'll be walking you through my journey, how I got into football, the challenges I've faced, what drives me to keep going, and my achievements throughout my journey so far. Let's get into it. So I first started playing football when I was about 5. I always had a ball in my hand. My playing journey started at St Anne's Rovers, where I fell in love with football properly. I just loved being on the pitch and playing with my friends. One of my proudest moments from them early days was winning Sports Personality of the Year in 2016. At that age, it meant so much to me, not just because it was an award, but because it showed me that people were seeing my effort, passion for the game, and the way I carried myself on and off the pitch. That recognition really stuck with me and has given me the confidence to keep growing. As I got older and a bit more serious about football, I moved to Liverpool Feds and played for their under-16s in what was my final year of youth football. It was a huge step up into open age football when I started playing for their development team. The standards were a lot higher and the expectations were tougher, but I absolutely loved it. One of my fondest memories was probably being recognised for most improved player for the 22-23 season for the development team. It meant the world to me. I'd worked so hard that season, and to be seen for that improvement and development, not just as a player but as a teammate, was amazing. After that season, I decided to challenge myself a little bit further. So I went on trial to a few clubs to find the right next step, and I eventually signed for Mossley Hill Ladies for the 23-24 season. It was definitely a step up, and with that there was lots of challenges, especially around game time. So I had to fight for my place and adapt to a faster, more physical game. But I learned a lot from my time there about resilience, communication and believing in what I bring to the team. I went on trials again that next pre-season and signed for Warrington Town. It was a fresh start and I had to adjust to a new environment. But I found it difficult again, and I learnt lots about myself, to stay, back myself, stay positive and just trust the process. I also realised that growth isn't just goals or trophies. It's sometimes just turning up, working hard and staying committed even when it's tough. Around October last year, midway through the season, I had an honest conversation with the managers and coaches at Warrington Town. I wasn't getting the game time I needed to keep developing, and deep down I knew I had more to give. I just needed the right club to do it. So we agreed that the best move for me was to go on loan in a team in the league below. That's when I signed for Pilkington Women. I already knew a few of the girls there, and from that moment I felt like it was the right place for me. I finally got the game time I had been wanting, as well as the trust from coaches and teammates. I even sometimes would help the Greens 2 divisions below when they needed extra players, which reminds me of why I love playing football, which is to be part of a team and help others whilst enjoying the game. The biggest thing I've learnt from that experience is this: development and enjoyment go hand in hand. You can't grow in a place when you don't feel comfortable or confident. Sometimes stepping back a level to step forward in your progress is the best thing you can do. And for me, Pilkington was that. Alongside playing, I found a passion for coaching. I started volunteering at Liverpool Feds, and what began as helping out turned into something I loved. Over the course of about 3 years, I got the chance to coach the Wildcats, under-8s and under-9s. The joy I got from coaching those young girls and giving them a positive and fun environment to learn was amazing. It was a privilege to watch the girls build confidence and improve week by week. This is what coaching is all about at that age. During my time at Feds, I was also working towards my coaching qualifications. I managed to receive a fully funded place on the UEFA C licence course, which I passed in August 2023. Another amazing achievement was when I was given the Zoe Tarnan Spirit of Football Award in 2022. The award reminded me of why I do what I do, to make a difference, support others and give back to the sport I love. The Liverpool County FA have been a huge part of my football journey. They offer so many different opportunities and programmes for women and girls. There are lots of coaching opportunities, whether you're just starting out or you've got experience. This season, I have been lucky enough to be part of the new female performance coaching programme, which brings together female coaches who are either working towards or have already completed their UEFA C licence, and it has been incredible so far. We've had so many amazing opportunities. We visited Liverpool Women's training session at Melwood, where we got to observe the coaches and have an inspiring chat with Amber Whiteley about her coaching journey, as well as the chance to observe Manchester United's under-21s academy and speak with their staff about how they operate as a club. If you're a female coach or thinking about getting involved, seriously, do it. There are so many opportunities and developments out there. One of the more recent parts of my coaching journey has been working for Footy Bees on a Saturday morning. It is for children 18 months to 5 years old, and it is completely different to any other coaching I've done. There is nothing better than seeing a toddler score a goal and then run over to you and high-five you like they've just won the Champions League. I also got into refereeing back in 2021 when I completed my badge on a female-only course through the LCFA. Being a referee gave me a whole new perspective of the game, on how to manage situations under pressure and how important decision making is. Refereeing on a Saturday morning was a great way for me to make a bit of money. I even had the chance to referee at the Zoe Tarnan tournament that summer, which was amazing. I have taken on quite a few volunteer and leadership roles over the past few years. I have had the privilege of being part of the Liverpool County FA Youth Council, which brings together young people from across the region to share ideas and influence the future of football in our communities. In recognition of my work with the County FA, I was proud to receive the Liverpool County FA Youth Leadership Award in 2023, which meant so much to me because of the hours of volunteering and community work I'd put in. That year, I was also lucky enough to attend the FA Leadership Academy, which is a programme that brings together young leaders in football to develop a project for your local community. I ran 2 Wildcats camps called the Fun Cats Festival in partnership with the Liverpool County FA. I had around 30 to 40 girls attending each one. The main reason for these camps was to give girls the chance to play football in a fun and safe environment. They even had the chance to meet Natasha Dowie for a Q&A, which was special. I also joined the FA Regional Youth Network for the 23-24 season, where we focused on creating more opportunities in football and making change. Most recently, I've become an Equal Game Ambassador for the Liverpool County FA. The role focused on supporting clubs to create more inclusive environments for women's and girls' football and giving them the opportunity. Another amazing moment for me was being shortlisted for the BBC Make a Difference Award in the volunteering category. It recognises people doing impactful work in their communities, and to be shortlisted was a huge honour. When I finished school, I made the decision to study and play at the Stephen Garrod Academy, where I've now been for the last 3 years. I started off with the Level 3 BTEC in Sports Coaching and Development, where I achieved a Distinction Star, which I was immensely proud of. During this course, I had the chance to go to Finland, which was a brilliant experience, both culturally and in the development of sports. After my 2 years on that course, I found myself unsure what to do next. So I decided to take a chance and try something new. I have loved every minute of this new academic route which I decided to do, which was football media. It has allowed me to connect with football but in a different way. I had the incredible opportunity of completing a week's work experience with the Anfield Wrap, which gave me hands-on experience in the media industry. During this time, I attended the Merseyside derby at Anfield, where Liverpool won 1-0, which was a great evening. I also travelled to Cambrils with the media course, where I helped capture media content of Marine College. This season, I have also become a committee member for the Liverpool Women's and Youth Football League, taking on the social media role. I run the league's X page, posting regular updates alongside Team and Referee of the Month awards. I've continued to play for SGA, which has brought some amazing opportunities. I've represented the college in various tournaments abroad, like the Mick Cup last year, and just recently in April, the Valencia Cup Girls. I was very fortunate to have experienced the Women's Euros in 2022. I was lucky enough to attend the first match at Old Trafford against Austria, where the atmosphere was incredible. I was at the final at Wembley too, where I managed to capture Chloe Kelly's winner on camera. The pride and energy was electric. I stayed the next day to attend the Trafalgar Square after party, which was brilliant. Watching Liverpool women beat Manchester United 3-1 at Anfield a few months ago was unbelievable and a game I won't forget. Last weekend, I also celebrated my 19th birthday at the 3UK times Chelsea Women We See You event. On Saturday, which was my birthday, I got to attend the Chelsea v Liverpool women's match for the final WSL game of the 24-25 season and got to watch Chelsea lift the WSL trophy. On the Sunday, I had the amazing opportunity of training at Cobham Training Ground, where Chelsea women are based, and had some Q&As from different staff at the club. It was a weekend meeting lots of incredible women in football, from passionate players to committed coaches to media masterminds. It was one I'll never forget. So with everything I've experienced and learned so far, what is next for me? For me, it's about continuing to grow and develop the women's game in any way that I can. I would love to keep attending as many football matches as possible at all levels across different stadiums. And of course, I'm still so driven to keep playing and push myself to compete at the highest level I can. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has been part of my journey so far and supported me along the way. Thank you so much for listening to today's special episode where I shared my own personal journey from my first steps in football to my huge passion for the game today. I'll see you next week for more exciting guests and another story worth stepping into.